Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. Laughter when they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one, made a meal today and ain't my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play it. About it. No, you sad about it. No, you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Cousins now. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Cousins now from the 50. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give to Collins. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Collins running it from the pistol. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go. Here we go.
Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
52, right? Check 52 is the mic. Yeah, let's go. 52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic. All day.
This time Jackson will throw it. And he fires one incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They go play action with Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. They'll run on first down. Hines. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. Flushed out right. Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown Falcons. Lamar Jackson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Let's go.
First and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check. Watch 54.
Cousins. They'll run the screen with Carson. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Cousins. Ertz over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. This is Carson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Falcons' 39-yard line.
54 Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's first and 10 from the 12. Cousins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Mohamed Sanu, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Walsh adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Falcons.
Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the linebacker, Aaron Lynch. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Check. Block 54. I got you, boy.
On first down, Carson, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They run it with Carson, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
26-yard line.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
Slam.
Topper!
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level you hit them, they go through.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On second down, Collins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Cousins on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Here's Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
On third down, it's Carson. He's got room to run past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Hill on the return. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Play action. It's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Left side is Brown. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Ready? 52. Mike 52. All day. Little Mike 52. Mike 52. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime.
Hey, Mike 52. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Right here. 52's the mic. Right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Silver.
The final shot before break. Jackson steps away to his left. And he gets it into the end zone with no time left in the 2nd quarter as they take the lead.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the 2nd half gets underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Jackson from the shotgun. Caught left side, Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Let's get it. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. No. Right. Here we go. Let's go, B. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
From the gun, Jackson. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Jackson on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Off play action. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. To the right side and complete to Hurst. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not...
And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again. That under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Ioannidis able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
We're going. Let's go. 54 Mike. Watch the run. What's that?
To throw is Cousins. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, orbit. Rip left. Yellow. Mike's 5-4. It's our field.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a Saints first down on the pickup of 13.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was something a guy couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
54. Mike, 54. Hey, here we go. Check 50.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there, a first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Cousins to throw it. And he finds Beasley, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now it's Carson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, we're good.
52, Mike, 52. Army.
Small. 52.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Collins. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Let's go. First down, Atlanta. Check 52. Hey, watch the ball.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
Watch this. 52's the mark. Bandit. 52's the mark, boy. 52.
Jackson. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Cousins. He hits Beasley right side.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. That'll bring up second down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Jahan, what I need? Right there, 54 Mike. They can't hang with us.
On third down, Cousins to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
52, Mike 52. I got one. Hey, yo. Mike 52, Mike 52.
Fourth down, Cousins. And no, it's incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
He's got a first down past the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, he's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth-quarter advantage. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Jackson now throwing on 4th down. He can run for it, and he will. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. First down, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
I got you. I got you.
Now Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Hurts over the middle. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run for it with Carson. They find some open field here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One last shot now for Cousins. Screenplay, Johnson. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Falcons, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's another week, another loss as they fall now to 0-9. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.